Today's flight, we're going to be flying from St. Ignatius up to Lucifer Lake, which is just on that mountain range up ahead of you. It was late in the day, and I waited for winds to calm down quite a bit, and hoping to get a nice smooth flight right on up there. It's been a lot of fun flying out of this airport. Very small, regional. Apparently it's attached to two others that are in the area here, and really enjoyed my stay. Had to wait a few days for it to stop raining, but it's been well worth it. This is Mission Ridge. Has a peak called McDonald at right around 10,000. So I'm aiming for this little cul-de-sac that's has a tiny little alpine lake in it that feeds the Mission Reservoir for the town's water supply. The way I have these cameras set up, this one that's recording on the right strut is plugged directly into the radio, so it doesn't tend to pick up too much ambient noise, but it does record all my intercom conversations and radio transmissions. And I have to do a number of back and forth passes on the low ridge here to keep climbing, get high enough to approach that lake. You can see that lake and falls just off the left strut there. I'm getting high enough now where I can start to kind of peek into the lake, Lucifer Lake, that's right there. It's been a pretty smooth climb from 3,000 feet where the airport is up to this 10,000 foot level, and kind of enjoying it. Really kind of cautious about sticking my nose too far into that cul-de-sac. Just the old hang glider pilot in me being awful cautious around the lee side of these mountains. You can see Mission Reservoir down there at the base of the mountains, what this small lake drains down into. And there it is. There's little Lucifer Lake sitting right off my left wing. Those falls were just gorgeous. Beautiful horse tail type vertical white plume all the way down to the valley floor. So I didn't choose to actually go into the cul-de-sac and fly around that lake, just because it's very closed off and there's only that one little exit where the falls come out. And even though it looked like there's plenty enough room to get completely turned around and everything and get out of there safely, I just decided not to push that. So now I'm going to go ahead and head on north up the Mission Ridge and fly to another airport that's about 18 miles or so up the way. I can't even really convey how nice this flight was. I'm flying on the top of these snow-covered peaks. Looking off to the right, there's another valley on the other side, and you got this massively green valley off to the left with those little lakes dotting it, and the air is just smooth and very peaceful. Really enjoyed this flight. I'm just at a low RPM, kind of long glide out, not really trying to descend too fast or stay on the top of these mountains, just descending into the valley at a pretty slow rate. So here I am flying over the field at Ronan, and it's kind of a fielder's choice. You can pick whatever direction you want to come in. It's all calm, and nobody's out there, just me. As you can probably tell, the audio feed from my radio camera is just barely picking it up, so I'm not quite sure what I did with the audio settings over there, but making my announcement for final approach, and we'll see how it goes. So I just ran all the way down to the other end of the runway and decided to take off in the opposite direction and head on home. It's getting a little late, as although you can tell the sun is just staying up forever up here in these northern latitudes. And I made it wait a little bit too long to head the 15 miles back to the St. Ignatius airport. You can see everybody down on the road has their lights on. The businesses are turning their lights on. It's starting to get kind of dusky, and I still got a little ways to go. So I've got a smoke-colored windscreen, and both the avionics display and my iPad are throwing a pretty good glare up at me, so I just went ahead and turned off the iPad. It's got the sectional charts on it, and I pretty much know where I'm going, so it helped have a lot more clear vision ahead of me without having that glare up at me. Starting to look pretty dark, isn't it? But really, it's sort of in that twilight zone where the cameras are not really picking up the amount of light that is available, and it's still plenty clear. I can see fine. So here I am, arriving at St. Ignatius, and turned the lights on at the airport with a few quick presses on the Unicom, and I'm ready to turn it in and get on final. And you can see from here that there is still plenty of light out there. Just looks awful dark from certain angles. I always like the pilot's view on landing so that you can kind of really see what I'm seeing. Here it is, a nice slow approach with a little bit of power, and then a small flare and pop down, and easy peasy. Well, that was a great flight. I really had a lot of fun on that one.